expecting. I kind of would expect someone to tell me, but oh, brilliant! It's your fault this time. Okay, I'll talk on then, shall I? I've drawn a picture of a man with a hat and a monocle. You know, that's how I roll. I've killed the focus on my camera now, which is also good. Oh man, totally. There we go. Right, well, if no one can hear Michael, let's pretend Michael can't hear me as well, and we'll say horrible things about him.
How about now?
Uh-oh.
I think people can hear me now.
And people can no longer hear me.
I'm very positive.
Okay.
Okay. You know what we're gonna do later? I'm just gonna cut the beginning of the show and we just pretend like everything was totally fine.
But you didn't cut the beginning of the show last time when I was the one who looked like.
Well, I mean, it was your fault, so it was cool.
Mm.
Now people couldn't hear me, so no, actually,
Yeah.
I did this on purpose so that you don't look so bad.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, that's me.
That's really cool. So are we both coming through loud and clear now?
I have absolutely no idea, but I'm going to listen into the video really quick. Hold on.
Okay. So we get some crazy feedback or some shenanigans.
Let's see. As there's still no hearing me. Can I actually? Oh, I can skip forward. I can skip forward. Yes, yes, they can hear me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is great.
Awesome. Well, it only took us 40 minutes.
You know.
Sorted.
Yes. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do it like last time. Hold on. We'll just go back.
We're gonna restart.
Yes. Clear voice. Ladies and gentlemen, peepettes, a day who still continues to live in infamy because nothing works.
Yup.
Hello.
Oh,
God.
like
This is the worst start to a show we've ever had. It's all my fault this time.
I'm glad I could be a part of it. To tell you the truth.
Okay, people. So first of all, really sorry for the delay, guys. Really sorry. My camera, I've been Skyping all day, no problems. I called James, my camera wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Restarted, the USB wouldn't recognize my camera. It's like the first time it ever did that. Restarted again, still wouldn't do it. Then I restarted, and then I had to change because neither my camera nor my headset were working. So, long story short, I switched a lot of cables, I disabled some USB ports, and then nobody could hear me. But now we are back on the show.
And don't forget, my camera then didn't work. And then
Yeah,
when I reset my Skype, it decided to do updates, which took about 5 minutes. So.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's sometimes I really think Murphy hates me.
Murphy hates everyone.
Does he?
I think so.
That's
I mean,
weird.
I've got no chat comments coming up on my Google Hangout, so you're going to have to keep me in the loop on people going, no, we still can't hear you.
You know what? I'm actually just gonna check that real quick to see we get the right comments in because I would have to set that.
Is that just because it's not set up, maybe?
Yeah.
Fair dues.
Here we go.
So yeah, we've got lots to talk about now to fit it in.
Yes, we do. Yeah, you know what? This is lucky 13. This is the 13th show.
Oh really? I love 13.
Oh, Mel, yes, Mel, you're right. You are lucky 13, which is kind of funny because the comment tracker already works without me adding the source.
Right.
This is weird.
I'm not getting any comments, but.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Okay.
But not to worry. You just keep me in the loop, and I'll.
I just added it, and we should be good. So yeah, let's go. Everybody says yes. We can hear you both. You're there. Lucky 13. Scott Murphy. There you go, David Elm.
Yeah, 13 actually is my number that I use on lots of things. The reasoning is everyone shuns it, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if that's the best choice of numbers, but hey, who am I to accuse you?
The number's a number. It's all random stuff, isn't it? So.
All right, so here we are. Show is live. I probably have to apologize a second time, and that's because of the Chilling Wargamers. The Chilling Wargamers also have a show tonight, and usually it was their Thursday night, I believe, that they always had the show.
Right.
But tonight they have a show already, so everything is colliding. The number 13 is messing everything up.
Yeah, well, you know, they went off the air for a while, didn't they? You get priority now.
I'm not so sure about that. But I'm definitely going to watch their show afterwards, so it's going to be cool.
Yeah, I probably will be a little busy with other things, but I'll try and check it out somewhere down the line.
So tell me, what are you busy with these kind of days? I mean,
Well, there's my flower arranging. I've been doing a lot of jogging. No, there's a little Kickstarter still going on. It's getting to the serious burn point for me right now, to tell you the truth.
yeah.
Ooh, 730 backers. Awesome.
Yes, actually, in the last couple of minutes, probably because of the show was delayed. People didn't know what to do, so they're like, "Oh, let's just back it."
Yeah. Yeah, it's going very well. The campaign's gone from strength to strength. I think there's been a few slightly slower days over the last few days, but it's only seemed that way because the rest of the campaign's just gone so epically well.
Yeah.
Like there's not been a single day that it hasn't gained backers. There's not been a single day it's not made money so far.
Yeah.
Which is quite unusual actually. You usually get a bit of a lull somewhere. So yeah, that's been wonderful. And getting to the end now, lots more cool stuff to come.
Yeah, and it's been really interesting as well. I know, especially after the last show, the numbers were like skyrocketing. Like 12 minutes after the show, 12 minutes, not 12 hours. That would be great. Like 12 hours after the show, you had like a 25% or something on.
That was after I launched the. What was it? It was the full English breakfast, wasn't it, and stuff like that.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, they really got snapped up really quick, and then I did a continental breakfast later in the. That was terrible actually, because the continental breakfast went up at 3 a.m. UK time, I think.
Okay.
So I got up at 7 that morning, and then had to stay awake until 3 a.m. that night after doing the chat with you and doing all this hectic stuff.
So are you always kind of staying awake for the stretch goals? Is that what you're doing? Kind of to press the button right away, or?
Not so much. I mean, I've been quite lucky in that all the big stretch goals seem to have gone mostly like I can get an update up first thing in the morning if they've happened overnight. There was a day a few days ago that completely took me by surprise where the last lifer got taken up.
Okay.
So I woke up and I looked at the total, and at first I thought, oh, it's gone down a bit, and I was realised like, oh no, it's actually up by about 2,000. So yeah, stretches have been quite kind to me. I'm trying to get them up in good time. I'm letting people know in advance what the stretches beyond the one that's approaching is, so at least they still know what's to come after that.
Right.
Like I've announced stretches for further ahead.
And there have been quite a few updates since the last time we talked. Do you remember what the last one was? There was like 45 or something?
No, I can't be. I think no, because the update 42 that went up was the one when one of your last painting video got unlocked, and that only happened quite recently. So yeah.
So it's been a really. I mean, I'm actually just trying to find like a meaningful update to show, and it's impossible because there's so many.
There's a lot of stuff. There's definitely a lot of stuff. Yeah. I mean. I think the stuff that's coming up, like the last update that I put up, shows what stretches are still to come. Because we just unlocked Mr. Kingdom. Yeah. Who's a big stompy mech dude.
Let's look at him real quick.
Yeah.
Because he's quite amazing.
He's going to be awesome. I mean, like there's elements that sort of cross over from the suppressor in the design of his harness, which somewhat alludes to the thievery of technology across between the different inventors, what with the suppressor being a Tesla invention. So slightly brings into question that innovation that he's standing on there on the base of his mech. But yeah, he's going to be a wicked kit. I've got Dave Kidd up who did the suppressor to sculpt all the mechanical parts on him. We're going to work out who's going to do Mr. Kingdom himself.
Mm-hmm.
So it may be that Dave has a go at it. It's just he's more used to doing hard surface modeling than organic stuff. It doesn't mean he can't do organic. It's just his bread and butter is doing the mech. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, I'm excited about that one.
And one of the guys we talked about last time, which were kind of like real concept for faraway stretch goals, was Dodger, right?
Yeah, and he's the one coming up now. So
yeah. I just love the dog. I mean, Dodger is great, but I just love the dog. He's awesome.
It was you've got to do a bull terrier, and you've got to remove its back legs, I suppose.
He's really cool.
But, I mean, there's been some other models as well. There's the Artboard crossover model came out, which actually relates back to something that I think we were talking about in our first Beeble Babble we did together.
I think so. I think that's this one, right?
Yeah, that's Professor Who.
Professor Who. It's not Doctor. Oh, not Doctor Who. It's
Professor Who.
I love it.
So yeah, Alex finished that sculpt off last night and sent me the pictures through. So really,
Cool.
really done a great job on that. I love how he's captured the concept art, and it's actually it's quite unusual for Alex in that it's a multi-part miniature.
Okay.
He usually does one part sculpts, but that one, the hand, actually does come off. I'm very excited.
I'm just going through some of the updates. There are so many updates. That's insane.
Yeah, I know.
We can talk real quick about the 700 backers update. What's so important about that one?
The 700 backers, that was a painting video unlock, taking
correct.
The tally of our complete painting videos to 5, and 4 of them going online. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yep. Let me just. I can't. Oh yeah, we have to show these. Ben saw these and he was like, "Oh my God, must have."
Oh yeah, the brown note gun by Adrian came out really nice.
Yeah. Honestly, all of the monkeys are great. I mean, you've got quite a few. I love the pigeons. Pigeons are always good, but the monkeys are even better.
You can't go wrong with a poo flinging cannon, can you?
That's awesome.
Yeah, Adrian did that sculpt super quick. Like I kind of commissioned him, and he just did it from start to finish, and it seemed like a matter of days. He just completely zoned in and went for it.
Yeah.
So.
I really like the way they're also. I mean, not really interacting in a way, but the way they're positioned.
Yeah.
It's just really nice. Just a nice impression, nice atmosphere.
Yeah, I think it's got a really nice shape and form to it. If you look at it from above as well, it's kind of got a good bit of different angles coming out and things like that.
And so they're actually flinging poo. That's correct, right?
The one who's got the cigar, the Stoogie in his mouth, he's got the brown note gun, which sends forth a sonic wave, which hits the brown note and causes people to soil themselves. The guy at the back, he's got like a Hoover attachment, so you can both suck up the fecal matter and then shoot it forwards just with a flick of the switch.
Now this is the moment again where I would call you strange or weird.
Yeah, well, I actually came. Well, I say my girlfriend and I, Gemma and I, came up with this whilst we were cooking a meal together in the kitchen about 2 or 3 months ago.
This is the kind of background information that people can only get on this show.
Yeah, totally.
Like nobody would ever know. It's like people will be playing with this like casually at some tournament later, like in a year or so, and they'll be going, "Do you actually know when the idea for this started?" Yeah. James and his girlfriend were cooking and were kind of flinging poo at each other.
Yeah, don't worry, we weren't flinging poo, and we weren't like making chocolate mousse or anything like that at the time.
Oh God, that's horrible.
I can't remember how we got onto it. I think I must have been talking about the brown note, and then it just sort of developed from there, as you do.
So, and I think one of the really nice updates, of course, we have to mention them, is the pigeons.
The pigeons. Everyone loves the pigeons.
Who doesn't love pigeons? I mean, I don't like the real ones. Like I call them the rats of the sky.
I like but I love rats as well. So I love
like rats.
pigeons.
But rats have no wings, and they don't go like flying up your face and stuff.
Pigeons are cute. Pigeons have always been pleasant to me.
Yeah.
They tell me cool stuff. I've been surprised by the positive response to the pigeons. Like I was excited about them, and I thought the way that I've worked them in with Tesla was quite cool, bringing a mechanic in. And then everyone just got on board and was like baying for more pigeons. So that's what's happened.
Yeah. Well, I think the fun thing about this, which also kind of is why it kind of turned into a meme almost, or meme, is the story behind it. That they kind of that Tesla talks to the pigeon or the other way around.
Well, they have full short stories written for them and everything. The pigeons, like they're in on all the information. They're advising people across the city. They're like there's an intermingled network of pigeon communication going on, and they keep Tesla in the know. So
we have another miniature that I really like from the concept design. That is Sergeant Krooks.
Yeah,
it was a 66K update.
Yeah.
What's with him?
Okay, well, Sergeant Krooks, he's one of the peelers who are like the police force of the time. They really are more going to factor as peelers, as good guys. Well, good guys in, it depends on your perspective, really. But they're going to come along next release of Infamy, whenever that may be, like the first updated campaign expansion pack type book. We'll have peelers in as a faction. But right now, Sergeant Krooks, The name sounds like a really obvious play on the Crook thing. It's actually he's named after Alan from Brindy.
Ah, okay.
So just thought that would be funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's basically willing to go in and fight in gangland for the right price and give information to the right kingpin if they pay him enough. So he's got his Tesla coil shield, which can sort of send electric charges out, and the same with the shock baton. And he's got a Tesla coil rifle, which can send again electric shocks out. So Tesla's done a lot of the peeler technology.
Okay. So who's going to sculpt him?
It's not actually locked in yet.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So there's a few models now that are locked. Basically, I've got a few different digital artists in mind. It makes sense to do him digital because there's a future stretch goal where he's going to have an alternate pose.
Ah, okay.
So doing him digital really makes sense because I can get the same base model reused and then add extra elements and repose it. Well, I say I can, the digital sculptor can.
And you had some designs for those peelers, like the shields and some of the weapons?
Yeah, those are the weapons. So you've got your two different shield designs at the top. The one that Krooks will probably have the one with the police insignia because he's a bit higher up, and then the standard peeler will just have the plain one. And then you've got the Tesla coil rifle with the adjustable charge on the side of it.
Ah, oh here, this one.
So yeah, so you can change the severity of the blow from like lethal to non-lethal and vice versa.
Stun.
Yeah.
Like the little Star Trek going on.
Yeah, a little bit. So yeah, the whole dials thing it's a bit of a. I used to love 2000 AD and Judge Dredd, so it's like the lawgiver had your dial for the different settings, and a Mean Machine had the dial for how crazy you went. I'm all about dials. Dials are awesome.
So there's one XL monster in there, and if you look at the artwork, you wouldn't really expect it to be an XL, and that's the Futura, or?
Yeah, she's a big one. She's pretty tall.
How tall is she going to be?
She probably, if she was real world, she'd be between 10 and 12 foot tall.
Oh wow.
So she's going to be a tall model. If you look on the main campaign page, I've tried to give an approximation of scale in all the images of the miniatures that are listed together. So.
Okay, I will try to find it.
If you kind of look at the regulars and then flip to the extra larges, you will see the difference in scale there.
Scroll.
There's a lot of campaign page to look through now as well.
Yeah. Okay, this one is not it. Yes, and I'm still scrolling and. Scrolling.
Yeah. Keep going.
Oh, this is interesting. Look at this. I just found something. There's some guys making a DVD with you.
Who?
I couldn't see. What's too fast?
Looks like a dubious collaboration to me.
Very dubious, yeah. Those guys. I heard those guys don't even have control over their own IT department, so like things go wrong and stuff.
It must be a bad day for technology because my computer's been going really wrong today as well.
No, actually, today was kind of weird because everything was working fine. I guess just with us kind of trying to stay focused to really mess up the show, not so much.
Lulled you into a false sense of security.
Okay, now I've been scrolling so much that I probably over-scrolled, so I'm going to scrolling back now. Is it this one? Oh, I think it's this one. Yeah.
It's the ones that show the regular, the large, and the extra large. Now, if you keep going down...
Down? No,
no, it's up, sorry, up. Go up. Yeah, keep going. It's quite a way up.
People will get dizzy on the screen.
Here we go. We're coming up. Keep going.
Look at this.
Oh, there he is again. It's above these. It's above all this. Look at all this stuff. Look at it all.
She's nice.
Yeah, she's going to be cool. She's quite a versatile model.
Yeah, I think she's going to be great for painting too. I mean, we'll talk about the painting part a little later because obviously we already have painted something. But
yes, I'm quite looking forward to see that. Have you got a picture for me?
Yes, I do.
Yay!
But not now.
Here we go.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. So that's her in scale to the others. So if you scroll up now, I think these are all in scale to each other. So.
Okay, I see. I'm sorry, I didn't.
So, getting the size of Uncle John there, and then her compared to Uncle John, she's quite a bit taller than him.
Okay, cool.
So that's, all those bases are the Toad. I'm pointing to my screen and expecting people to see the Toad's on a 50mm base, Paranormal, and all the other ones are on 30mm bases. So.
Okay, yeah, I see.
You can get the sort of scale comparison, and then all the extra larges are on the 50.
Yeah, so she's going to be pretty huge.
Yeah, she's going to be
almost tall. like from a size factor, almost like a 54mm.
Yeah, that's kind of partly the intent, so that she can be a bit crossover and versatile for stuff like that.
And I think it's actually nice because she has all these kind of fiddly bits on her, and
Yeah.
in a little larger scale, you can do even much more with that. So I think she's going to be really great just for painting and also for conversions and stuff.
Yeah, I think so. And when I put that concept art up, I did have a sculpture in mind, and as soon as he saw it, he emailed me. So Dave Kidd's doing that one as well. Same guy that did the suppressor.
I think I might even know which sculpture you're talking about.
Oh, really?
I think I might, because she reminded me of something I'd seen before, and it was a sculpture with like a kind of all cut out interior things.
Oh no, I don't know because the sculptor's going to be Dave Kidd, the same guy that did the suppressor for her.
Okay, well then probably not.
Probably not. I'm trying to work out what model you mean now. The only one I can think out with cutout bits is that jigsaw one that was done a while ago, but I can't
Yeah,
remember who did that.
I don't know. I don't mean that. But yeah, she's really nice.
So, yeah, I think she's going to be a cool model.
All right. So now you have 4 days left to go.
Oh yeah.
You want to extend it by another 2 weeks?
No, I mean, it was kind of it was going to be over last weekend until quite close to when I launched the campaign, and partly to do with stuff we were going to do, like getting that Tesla model through for you to paint. And I mentioned this in the comments on the Kickstarter. There's been some technical hiccups, shall we say, in actually getting that all sorted and getting 3D prints through and stuff. So.
Right.
We've worked our way around it as best as we can, haven't we? And we've kind of reprioritized a different video, which it sounds like it's been worked out pretty well.
Yes, we have. And actually, I'm gonna start showing some stuff now, I guess.
This is where I get excited.
Can I? Oh, I can actually zoom in here. Okay. Okay. So,
Yes.
so the model that we announced, I think, last week, as far as painting is concerned, it's actually is it the second or even the third unlock? It's the third unlock already, isn't it?
This one's unlocked. Yeah, this was the third one, and then the backer one, which was the fourth, came really soon afterwards.
Yeah. So what we will do is we will create a total of 5 videos, really. 3 of them will be online for free. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
And then 1 is going to be a backer only.
That's correct too. Yeah.
Then there's another twist that we will probably talk about in a moment.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're going to do the DVD with the Rocketeer, which I still feel is an unbelievably insane value. £21 for the miniature and the DVD is like, okay, well, just the miniature is like almost that much. So.
Yeah, it's a good deal, that one, and with it being rolled into some of the pledges in the way that it is, it's super good value.
Yeah. So, but this miniature that we chose here, it was the Watson. It's actually one of the miniatures that is already from your existing assortment. We received the miniature, and it was amazing in many ways. Well, first of all, it's a mix sculpt.
Yeah.
And for people that don't know, Mick is a guy who will put all of these absolutely fine details on there. And you look at it and you go like, how did he do that? You imagine you imagine Mick being like this tall and kind of chiseling away on a piece.
Yeah, totally. He's actually life size versus the model, and he's just crafting it out of granite.
I want to just point something out, which you probably won't be able to really see because this is kind of like a low res picture. But like these areas here, like there's a little what do you call this? Piston or something?
Just a gap in there on the piston, yeah.
There's a gap in there. Now, there's 2 things. Well, first of all, sculpting something like that is not easy.
No.
Right? So, and this part is then on the screen, obviously looks really large. It's not that big.
No.
But when we saw the cast of this, that thing was actually cast like that. And I think the piston itself is probably about 1/5 of what the minimum size for anything at Games Workshop is.
It's definitely pushing the limits. I mean, Watson was the 3rd model I released, I think, and he was the one done as an Indiegogo campaign.
Yeah.
And when he came through, you know, he's got all these different elements, and Mick does a lot of brass work and stuff, and he must have a lathe and things. I've never actually asked him in depth about his process, but the level of detail on that master was scary. And when I sent it to my caster, it was like, I'm really sorry. I hope this isn't too difficult for you. But he's done a good job.
Yeah, I think as far as your miniatures are concerned, this is probably a more intricate one, definitely,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
just it's a mixed sculpt. But I mean, what we really were amazed of, we see a lot of casts, but that cast was perfect. There was you took it out of the box and you could just, I mean, of course you had to assemble it, but there
Yeah.
was no flesh, there was nothing like that little part between the piston that's not even like a millimeter wide, and it was completely through. There was no flash. There was nothing there. And we looked at it, and I looked at Ben, and he looked at me. He's like, "That's pretty good."
I mean, and I genuinely like. I didn't clean up the model before sending it to you or anything like that. You know, it's people should be getting good quality. And there's been some people who've been buying Infamy models from various online web stores while the campaign's been running, and like I think they've been quite impressed with what they've seen from them as well. Because I really am going for quality with
Yeah,
these models.
yeah. All right. So this paint shop, I don't remember who did that.
That's by RTS. Javier Gonzalez has done that
Ah,
one.
okay. Yeah. So for the video, we have done a paint job on this, and we are focusing on 2 areas on this video because it's impossible in like a half an hour, 45-minute video that goes on YouTube to show everything. But what we have done is we have focused on the true metal, how to paint really nice true metal, and then we used some gore, like how to create like really nice looking gore.
They're like 2 staples of my painting. I'm so happy.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's a little dark possibly on the cast.
Yeah, but it's looking cool.
Yeah, it is very cool. So we've done like all of the metal parts here. Also on the spec, which unfortunately we do not have a picture of, is this big kind of, was it tank steam machine?
Yeah, it's like a steam tank that powers his rotosaur and everything.
Yeah, so we've used some really nice different metal techniques and styles there. Now we used true metal. We used the new Scale 75 paints for that.
I'm curious.
I think they're also called the Alchemy something set.
Yeah, Alchemy Metal or something, is it?
Something like that, and they're really good. At the end of the video, we're going to show like a whole list of all of the colors we've used. So no need to write things down right now. But yeah, it was really nice to paint this miniature.
I'm liking the sort of the splats of blood on his apron and stuff as well. They're super cool.
Yeah, we try. That's also one of the things we talked about in the video, is that you shouldn't overdo it on a miniature like this.
Yeah.
It's not like a big cast demon where you just need like 2 liters of some sort of red liquid. So this was kind of more subtle, if you want.
This is really cruel, making me wait until now to see this for the first time. I don't
Yes.
want to talk. I just want to get really close and be like, oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well it comes through on the Google Hangout, but the video, I think we will be done with the editing hopefully by tomorrow evening, if not the very latest on Friday, because we'll do all the sound cleanup and all of these things as well.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure it's a good video, and so it's going to be either up tomorrow in the afternoon, in the evening, or on Friday morning. And
you're posting that on Painting Buddha, aren't you? And that'll be available for everyone to look at.
Yes.
And I may post it myself as well, but I'll let you have first dibs on that.
You can post it on yours as well, and we just link it. We'll see. I have no preference whatsoever.
We'll work it out.
Okay.
Stuff for another time.
Yeah.
But no, he looks super cool. I like the look of that crazy blue smoke coming out of his pack as well. That looks funky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. We decided to kind of paint him in a really dark setting, a really dark atmosphere.
Yeah.
And you really can't see that well. Of course, he's got this body on the floor, and this is like all individual little stones. It's like a real like cobblestone street. It really looks nice. So.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing it properly.
And honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing the video, because this time I did not do the interview. It was Ben. And surprise, surprise to all of the viewers out there, we have a new employee. Mr. Matt Sexfish has joined the company more or less full time.
Sweet.
When I say more or less, means he's got a 4-day week for the beginning, and then hopefully at some point I can convince him to do his 5-day shift like everyone else.
He needs that day off to have his special naps and things, right?
Yeah. Look, yeah. He's still young. I think he probably, I don't know.
Are you saying we're not young? I take offense to that.
No, you are.
I'm not that young. I'm on the way. I'm a lot older now than I was a month ago. I'm a lot more than a month older right now, I think.
Oh wow.
I've got a medical. My whole shoulders strangling my whole brain. And, oh,
We have a couple of comments. Jason Piccini, again, welcome back to the show. Says it's easier to take the breakfast pledge and get everything. And just to be sure to get the DVD twice for a birthday gift. That's actually a very good idea. And if you get a lot of DVDs, you probably have a lot of friends for a lot of birthday gifts as well.
yeah, I wonder if he means the insider one, actually, if he's after everything.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about this in a second. Then we also have a regular viewer, Adeptus Custodes. He asked, will it be possible to add the extra stretch goal painting videos on the DVD set?
We're not going to have space on the DVD set, are we?
Nope.
Because the DVD is going to be completely filled out with the previous thing. But he might be doing a little prelude to. There we go.
Coincidentally. Okay, Korak just said, I second the question of Adeptus Custodes. So we have two questions, and of course, wise men as we are, we anticipated this question.
We did.
Well, actually, you did.
Yeah,
I'm just going to claim some fame here.
You can have it, but yeah, I got my thing. I was in the shower and came up with an idea, which happens quite a lot. And
okay, yeah. So let's see, poo flinging monkeys during making lunch with your girlfriend or dinner.
Yeah.
And then compilation DVDs
whilst I'm washing my bits. Yeah, that's how I roll.
Oh, good for you.
No, I do come up with a lot of ideas in the shower. I take extremely long showers and I turn the water up extremely hot and just kind of bake my brain whilst I'm under there, and somehow it
I cannot stand hot water. I just can't. It's like,
really?
Yeah, like everything over 42 degrees just messes me up. Okay, can I see? Isn't this awesome? This Windows scroll thingy. I can actually kind of zoom. Can I? Oh, I can. I'm sorry. I'm
just dragging yeah. Move it along. Yeah.
I'm still from a generation where we're looking for a scroll bar. So what is this? Painting Expert.
Yes, this is an add-on that you can put on any pledge, which basically compiles all of the painting Buddha stuff that we've worked on together and the models, so that you can follow along and try and replicate the effects.
Right. So these are the 4 models that we will be painting. So the first one is already down, and coincidentally, it's also already in color, which these are not.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I'm really, really, really looking forward to her. I love Jo March. I love the model. I love the pose. It's really nice. If I could paint, I would probably do it myself and put a video out, but you don't want that, so I'll probably have one of my guys do it.
We could do bonus features of you painting her.
Oh, that would be so funny. It's like the lost episodes. So
those 4 models, and those models together add up to about the price of this add-on on its own, if I remember rightly.
So
the 3 smaller ones are £14 each, and the other one's £20 at retail. So
that's really good saving. £22 off already there.
Yeah, overall. So what we're doing is we're going to put the 4 videos that we talked about. And obviously the Cavalier Rocketeer as well, which is an awesome deal in itself.
You know what? Yeah. I'm almost about to get this deal, but then again, well, I bought the DVD from Creaturecaster as well, which is ours, but I just like the idea of having it shipped over to Canada and then get it back.
Yeah.
Kind of with like a hand sign or something. It would be awesome.
Yeah, get one from the UK. But yeah, so you'll get the models, you'll get the DVD of the Cavalier Rocketeer, but then you get the extra DVD, a special compilation DVD.
And this special compilation DVD will feature all of the videos that are on YouTube, plus the one backer-only video, which is the Jo March, right?
Backer-only one, yes, it's Joe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Getting lost in my own campaign now, but yeah, quite right, well done. So that will go up as an add-on that you can put onto your pledge for £70. What that also means, obviously, is if you buy a pledge that's, let's say, Massacre or something, you're actually getting some of the selections from those things you get from Massacre, so it frees up other selections.
Yeah.
So you can actually get yourself a bit more value.
And this DVD, I think we're going to make it really epic. I feel this. I feel the DVD has to be as epic as the miniature.
We're moving closer to the gold leaf, aren't we? I fear.
I think we are. I'm personally for embossing and gold leaf right now. I'll have to check on the prices, but
yeah, let's talk about that when we're off air.
Yeah, I'll push you there. I guess
Cool.
it's not as bad. It's not as bad. But this could be the first painting DVD with 24K. Man, you could go down in history. DVD that will live in infamy.
Oh man, it's all about the infamy. Have you got the other picture up as well?
Yes, I do. Hold on.
Yay.
I do somewhere. Here we go.
Because I've also thrown together a pledge for it as well. So this will be the last pledge that gets added to the campaign.
Okay, so this just to explain. So this is a pledge that people can start with.
Yeah. So if someone's interested in the painting Buddha stuff, rather than having to mix and match and work out the campaign, they can just pledge for £70, and they will get all the painting Buddha stuff. They'll get the models, they'll get the DVD set, and they'll get the extra DVD. They'll also get some postcards that in as a stretch goal, and the online rule book, and the background book in PDF form as well. So loads of great reference material. That background book's going to have photographs of painted models by loads of awesome people as well. So that'll be something really good to get hold of.
And then there's going to be even 10 postcards, art postcards.
Yeah, and as backers, the backers have been deciding the designs that are going to go on those postcards so far. We've got the 5 colour designs in. And then there's going to be some more we decided later after the campaign's closed. I think I'm going to do the rest of it.
Nice. So basically, whoever is already on the campaign and would like to add this as an add-on, that would be the Brushmaster. No, sorry, the painting expert.
Yeah.
And if you have not yet backed the campaign and would like to at least get these, so you can kind of learn to be a better painter with all of the Painting Buddha DVDs, this would be your starting pledge.
That's correct. When do you think I should put those online?
Now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, do you think I might put some early beards up as well?
Oh, early beards are good.
Maybe.
Yeah, people get ready. How many?
15 of them, do you think?
15 is a stupid number, actually.
Yeah, I know. I can't put 42 up, though.
Well, 21.
21's another 6. Saving £5, you know.
It's half the truth. Come on.
Maybe I have to put it up.
If I can't get you, if I can't get you to 42.
Come on, then. Let's make
21 each.
21 even. We'll break it. You see, I'm multitasking right now.
Next one would be 14, but 14 is less than 15. That's not good.
This is where pledges go wrong, and I put things up that are totally broken. Let's have a look. Brushmaster, the Early Beard Special, Nikola Tesla, Joe March, Dr. John Watson, Mark 1 Defense Bot, the Cavalier Rocketeer Painting DVD set, a special extra DVD of the 4 Painting Buddha online tutorials, and access to the Living Rulebook.
Oops.
That sounds
I was
good.
so excited I pressed the wrong button.
Have you taken us off air?
No. That's not that wrong a button. I can't speak anymore.
All right. So shall I press a button and put that?
Yeah, press the button so I can refresh.
Uh-oh. This is where I always get nervous when I'm doing this, and doing it on air is not helping my nerves anything. Okay, the button has been pressed.
Okay, I'm gonna reload. Oh, 404, page not found. I had that with a new store. It's like it was up for a day, and then all of a sudden I got a 503 server crash, whatever.
Right.
So where do I find it? It's probably
right hand side. If you're looking, they go numerically. So there's a £66 Brushmaster Early Beard, and then there's a £70 Brushmaster pledge. It just pinged into the side.
Ooh, 21. That's good.
21. So we'll see if
so we have Korak, Adeptus Custodes. This is where you want to go. So you're basically saving almost £30, right?
20.
30. What was it? 22 plus?
But if you get the early beard, you save another £4, so you're saving 26.
26. Okay.
Which is pretty good.
That is pretty good. That's almost 30% off. Not quite.
I'll let you do those complex mathematics. And I've just saved, so they should now be added to the main campaign page, all the details as well, with any luck. It's very frightening doing these live updates. Yep, add-ons is there. Pledge has been added in there, looking all shiny. So
the pledge is here.
Marvellous
there.
stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna actually post that on a page as well. It's really nice. That is a really good deal, man.
No one's interested yet. No takers just yet.
Oh, I probably have to. This takes a while though, because
Yeah, no, of course.
you have to enter all of the information and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
what scared me with some of the times when I've done early birds and stuff, when I put the Infamy Insider up, which is the huge £700 one, and basically there's a special background book, a hardback one that's going to be really like uber elite, and the numbering of them in terms of limited editions is based on how soon people sign up for that pledge. I put the pledge online, and in 1 second, someone had backed it. It was just like, how is that even possible? You're like refreshing the page, but it's down the page. So what? That's just not possible.
You know what? I had the same on Monday. Well, actually, it was already Monday night. I took the store online. I've been working on the store for the last 2 weeks, and round about like shortly after midnight, close to 1 a.m., I had to take the store live for some real testing, like real testing of credit card transaction, real testing of the PayPal integration, and so on.
Yeah.
And so I was testing. It took me about an hour, and I had 4 orders in. It's like, I hadn't even announced that the site was not even known at this point. Like, how did they find us? That's really cool.
People have terrifying Google foo.
Yeah, and in the morning it was really nice. So it has been a really exciting launch for us as well.
Cool.
We have a couple of comments. Adapter says, since I got the Cavalier Rocketeer DVD with the full English breakfast, is it possible to just get the extra DVD?
That's something I forgot to mention. If you've got the full English breakfast, you will get that extra DVD for free.
You get it for free, but you can send us the money if you want.
Yeah, you can always send them the money. I mean, I wouldn't trust him, but you know, you could do.
I need some beard product. Look at this beard. This looks horrible. It's very. I need some like oils and stuff.
Well, I've got my own little beard for me.
Come on, that's not a beard.
I did shave actually a little while ago. It was getting a bit bigger, and for the sake of Gemma's face, I thought I'd better shave because it was quite spiky.
So Christopher Nelson says that he's currently making a brewery out of cardboard to go on his Infamy board. Ah,
yes, I've seen some updates about that in the comments thread, actually.
He can't wait to get the game on it.
Yeah, that'll be good. I mean, I need to get the pictures out and the video out, actually. I've got a gaming board that I've made up, which is, it's like an industrial zone kind of thing. So it's got a raised rail track going through it and various different industrial things. But yeah, Christopher's been one of the most active posters, and he does some cool hobby stuff. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that's developing. I think him and Dave Taylor, who's quite a well-known hobby guy as well, had some back and forth on there. Dave's looking at making some boards as well, so that'll be great. I love scenery. Scenery's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, good stuff. Let's see. I'm just looking at this. So what else is to come? So we are at 78,580 right now. So is there anything that happens at 80, 90? We know what happens at 100, but
yeah, we foolishly said about that. I'm starting to worry because looking at a few trending sites, they all say it's going to be over 100 at the finish, which is a really great thing, of course, and having lots of backers and stuff as well. But I'm not really looking forward to the Infamy wrap.
Well, I mean, it would be J to the G featuring Mixmaster Beeble B.
I know. Well, I've called you Mixmaster Mike before when we've talked on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, but that doesn't rhyme.
Yeah, but Mixmaster Mike's a legend, you know.
Well, but yeah. Does he have a beard?
I don't think he has a beard, no. But he's very good on the 1s and 2s.
There you go.
No, yeah, that's that. I mean, there are more stretch goals to come. I've got everything kind of planned out now in terms of where it's going to happen, because the thing you don't really want to be doing at the end of a campaign when stuff starts to move fast in those last few days is not know what you're doing. So I've got graphics worked out. The large category of miniatures has reached its point where it's stopped now. There aren't going to be any more large miniatures coming, but there are more regulars locked in, and there are more extra large models to come as well. So there's a few stretches have been mentioned. There's more to come after those. There's 2 of the most ridiculous concepts so far for Infamy yet to come.
It's interesting how I don't know. Is it? Are you not brave enough to show the weirdest stuff at the beginning? Because I know that Jeremy Glenn from CreatureCaster, he's also like, oh, if I really showed you what I had planned in the end, and people would be like, oh, this guy is so weird. Oh, I don't know.
Well,
And then he showed his zombie dragon and some of his other designs for the really crazy stuff.
yeah.
We were like, whoa.
There's zombie dragon, okay, and then there's infamy crazy stuff. I've already got a gun that makes people crap themselves and shoots poo out. Like, we're talking really quite special with this new stuff. There's two to come, and one of them is kind of, it's on the brown note level, I think, in terms of the silliness of it.
Right.
But then the final one, which will be, if it happens, it'll be the final stretch goal finance-wise in the campaign, is a character that Gemma and I thought of while we were just chatting in bed one day. And
okay, now we know all the backstories.
And it's nothing saucy or anything like that. It was
then we're not interested.
Well, but the character itself is going to be completely ridiculous.
Cool.
Like, do you know what hipsters are? I'm not sure if that's
What's that? Sorry.
Hipsters. I'm not sure if that's something that crosses.
Hipsters, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be London's premier hipster.
Ooh.
So he's going to have the biggest moustache anyone in the world could muster. He's going to have the biggest hat that anyone in the world could muster. He's going to be ludicrous.
Oh, have you shown me him? The big hat thing? Didn't we talk about this after I think the first or second show?
If I showed you it, it was a stick man that I drew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
That's like what if we get past 100.
Okay.
Once I've got over the horror of having to do a rap.
Oh, you know what? At first I thought, like, I looked at we did this rap thing that was like 43,000. It's like, yeah, well, it's gonna be safe. And then the next morning I woke up, it's like, okay, well, either they all want to hear us rap, or it's just a coincidence.
I know.
You know what? I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. I hope that it goes over 100.
Well, we're gonna have to make a video for it, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that with background dance and everything.
There's no way I'm doing it live. Like, that's just an impossibility.
No, we're gonna make like a real production video.
Yeah. I'm
like
planning on
like smoke and stuff.
Fisheye lens. I'm coming up in it like.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have like all bling bling stuff and
yeah.
Awesome. You know what? I could have like one of, what do you call these Irokese thingies, like Mr. T or something?
Oh yeah, mohawk going on.
Yeah, mohawk. There you go. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, people, we want to do this rap. Okay.
You want to do this rap? I don't want to do this rap.
I want to do this. I want to do this rap. Give him his money. I just want to do the rap. Okay.
You're just standing in the background going.
Yeah, I can't do that. So that's gonna be your job.
No, you're the beatboxer. I'm doing lyrical flow.
I'm just the box. There's not much beat in me.
I mean, I sent you some lyrics. I've already started to plan out the flow of the rap itself. So.
You know what? I really like the song you chose and the lyrics, but we'll need to replace both. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. So you're the producer. That's...
I'm also the producer. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh man, that would be awesome. But yeah, Tojale. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Toejail. I wanted to call you Toejail. Toejail 1982 says, fantastic to hear about the inclusion of the DVD. And I agree. I think it's nice. I think those deals, the full breakfast or the full English, I think it was called.
Yeah, full English. Yeah.
And all of these deals are really, really nice deals. And I mean, some of these deals are really steals, like the Infamy Forever kind of thing. What did you call that one again?
Are we talking the lifer where you can get everything forever? Yeah, they've all been sold out now. 4 people have bought those. So.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
Honestly, I thought about something like that. It's like other people, but then again, I want to be around for 20 years, so I don't know. I can't collect like 500,000. That would not be good.
It's one of those things where, over time, assuming Infamy goes really well, they're going to get incredible value.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like sticking myself by doing it, but at the same time, that money right now is going to mean I can make a model. Absolutely. You know, I've got some extra, so it makes so much more sense for me to do it. And the fact that people have done that, it actually just is so much goodwill, and it makes me feel so fuzzy inside that it's my mission from now on, like, to show them and show the Infamy insiders who are each putting in £700 for their insider pledge. Just like this is awesome, guys. You know,
Yeah,
I want to make sure they get the good stuff as time goes on.
yeah, and those were actually gone pretty quickly as well, weren't they?
The insiders or the
Yeah.
lifers. The insiders, well, they're not limited, but 8 people have bought one up an insider now. They're still available.
And the lifers?
The lifers are gone. There's 4 of those.
Yeah.
So there was 2 to begin with, and then I did extra lifers.
Oh, okay.
And they've gone
Extra
as well.
lives.
Yeah, yeah.
Bing.
So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at in Infamy world right now. Oh, and there's the charity auction thing that I put up as well, which is
You know, where's that at? Do you know?
it's on eBay.
Do we have a link somewhere?
Yeah, I'm just going to send the link over to you.
That would be awesome.
I've not actually looked at it today. I don't know if it's gone up at all. Because that one's for basically a charity auction where you can get so much cool stuff, and every bit of profit from it, every bit of money, not profit, just everything is going to go to Anti-Slavery International.
Why is it, I know the answer, but why is it Anti-Slavery International?
Well, for one, it's something that I'm very exposed to because my girlfriend works in anti-trafficking and does research into that and basically compiles reports on global slavery. So I hear so many things about what's been going on and what she's read about, and it's a huge problem. Right? It's massive. There's millions and millions of people across the world are enslaved in different ways, and it's a very worthy cause. And I suppose to some extent, I recognise that potentially there is some production that goes on in the world of miniatures that maybe forced labour would be a part of as well. And you know, I understand that that is a part of business and that people look for cheap quotes and stuff, but it's something that I'm definitely trying to stay away from and keep everything as above board as possible. I just Skyped you over the.
Yeah, I'm already showing it on screen right now. We have. So it's called the Golden Ticket.
It is, yes.
And it's currently at £620. So what's in it?
The Golden Ticket. It is everything from the Kickstarter in terms of all the models, all the add-ons, all that good stuff. But that's really just the tip of the iceberg. You get to design an Infamy character.
That is so awesome. Which
will then be drawn by Silvio Sodacci, the concept artist who's done the concepts for almost every Infamy model, and Adrian Debos, who has sculpted Tesla, Joe March, the Brown Note Gun, all the chimps, in fact, Uncle John, tons of other stuff. He's going to sculpt it. He's doing that completely for free because he thinks it's a great cause. He's an awesome dude. That model, you'll get 10 copies of it. That model will then go on sale, and every bit of profit from that model from then until it doesn't sell anymore will go to Anti-Slavery International as well.
That is so awesome.
Studio painter Javier Gonzalez is going to paint a Kingpin of your choice, and Sasha is currently working on this scene, which he's going to contribute to the prize pool as well. So,
you know what? It makes me almost feel physical pain right now because I'm investing all my money in our company. And I just want this so bad. I mean, just a finished scene from Sasha from Goatman probably sells for more what it's currently at. Just that.
He's a very, very talented artist. And
yeah,
he's amazing.
He's a really nice guy as well.
Yeah, and those are examples of what your model will look like that Javier will do.
Yeah.
I mean, and then and I forgot, I'm also going to paint 3 models to go with the Kingpin for people.
Now it has become unaffordable.
I'm not at the same standard as these guys, but I was one of those pro painter people, and I actually used to paint to quite a high tabletop standard, armies and gangs and things like that. So you'd end up with a pretty nice looking gang at the end of it.
The first day this came out, I think it was sometime at night, and you sent me the link, and the next morning I said to Ben, Marty was still on vacation. I said to Ben, hey Ben, do you think we should start a like a Indiegogo campaign so we can actually fund the Golden Ticket? And he looked at me. He didn't even say anything, and I knew that this was not a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, the real downer with Kickstarter is that you can't do charitable things through it,
right?
Which means that I feel restricted in that I can't promote this really through the campaign because it puts the entire Kickstarter at risk if I start shouting about this. So the more anyone watching this can share the link around, the more they can put it out in social media, any forums that they go to, it's great. I mean, it's finishing basically the same time as the campaign. I wanted the two to kind of be going in tandem. and hopefully both be good. But honestly, if you're looking at like things like Infamy Insider on the Kickstarter, and you're also looking at that, and you're thinking maybe this would be cool, just go for the charity thing. Like 700 quid will help my company, but just put the money into the charity thing. I'd rather it went to that. You know, there's so much good stuff there. If it only goes for 620 quid, it will be scandalous because.
Yes, as I just said, I mean, I know Sasha's work. He's probably one of the best painters out there. Now and the thing is, he doesn't really paint that much anymore. He's not like cranking out projects left and right. So if you actually own a real Sasha Bucek, I don't even know how many Slayer swords does he have? 3, 4, something like that.
You could definitely. I think he got a couple, didn't he?
Yeah. He's an awesome painter.
Yeah.
And he's a really nice guy. Actually, I had a workshop. Just a little side. See, this is the day for little side stories that you won't hear anywhere else. I had a workshop when he still lived in the vicinity of Munich. I think it was Munich. And he lived in a 1-bedroom apartment at the time.
Right.
And so I had a private workshop at him, and he was trying to show me the wet technique. And so we actually had to end up sleeping in the same room. So I was on a mattress on the floor, and he was in his bed. And some people say I snore. I have never heard me snore. But he said that he was up till like 5:30 in the morning and couldn't sleep because I was snoring so loud.
Really?
And he ended up playing Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Land, I believe, with his.
Awesome.
Sorry. First, he listened to his iPad. Music until the batteries died, and then he started playing, and I woke up. I was very refreshed. I had a good
nice.
Yeah, but he's a good guy.
My sleep's been weird recently. I apparently said Shazam in the middle of my sleep the other night.
Saw that. That's awesome.
Yeah, Gemma reports back when I say weird things in my sleep.
Shazam is awesome. The first thing I thought about was Nicole Scherzinger. Because she used to say that on one of these shows, the Skull or whatever.
Is she one of the?
She's one of the what's the girl band's name?
Was she a pussycat doll?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really one who knows what's going on in modern music, to be honest with you.
No. I only know her from the show.
I'm very old in that respect. I don't keep track of what's hip today with the kids.
Hip with the kids. Well, if you're not hip with the kids, then I don't know what I am or not am. So.
You're cool. You're down. You've got a hipster beard. At least you've got the edge there.
I'm not sure if that's a hipster beard because it's completely unkept.
Yeah, that might be the case.
And actually, this is messing me up. It's like on the mirror. It's all the wrong way right now. But anyway, so honestly, I think if I wouldn't invest so much right now in our company, I would definitely go for this ticket, and I think this should go for at least 1,000. At least 1,000.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, because the value. Cool. I mean, just from the pure value, not even talking about what you're trying to do there, just from the pure value, that's still a steal.
Yeah.
And then
the Kickstarter models are worth more than the current prices on eBay. Yeah. So.
This is almost like almost. It's not a life. You get a miniature modeled by or designed by yourself. It's like hello.
Yeah.
This is usually the pledge level that you see going for like 3,000 or 5,000.
Yeah, totally. I mean, maybe I should have done it as a pledge level and not mentioned that it was going to charity, and then when someone bought it, just give the money to charity instead. But you know, it's the best way I could think of at the time to kind of work that into what I'm doing.
And that's actually a very interesting point for Kickstarter, because on Kickstarter you are not allowed to include charity. You're not allowed to include charity. Not a single thing. If you include charity on your Kickstarter will be taken down. Yeah,
they give you a warning, I think, and they remove it. But if you don't adhere to that, then yeah, you're in trouble. And obviously, with the Kickstarter being where it is, I don't really want the Kickstarter to be taken down because I'm not going through this again.
Oh, come on, now you're a pro.
Oh, I've done it twice now, and this one's worse than the last time because it's mine. Like, you know, it's Alex's was important, but this is kind of my future now that's being locked in, and where the Infamy range could go. So
I'm going to show you something without comment.
Okay. Ah. Hurry, people, hurry! There's only 19 left.
And you know what? I just saw here Blade Mirage 2.
Right.
And Backty Road. And somebody else did, so...
I can, you see, I can get the backer put up. I won't actually read it out because I don't think it'd be very professional to do that, but yeah, there are 2 new backers on the campaign there, so that's great.
That's pretty nice. You
Well,
want to
the
see the
total's gone up quite nicely as well.
733?
That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah. So we're going towards the wrap. I'm already clearing my voice, so I'm gonna get my moves down and stuff. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a 777 backer stretch goal that's coming up, which is
Oh, okay, cool.
everyone will get a free Frank Hyde model if they're in it full English. So that just adds even more value to that.
It's kind of funny when I let me just get this up real quick. When I wrote our blog entry today, oh, this is our new shop. This is so.
It's very pretty.
This is
Yeah.
so pretty. Look, we even stole your artwork.
I know. I don't mind. I'd normally be cross because you're taking it without putting my name on it, but I'll allow it.
We put your name in here. It's actually here we talk about this. Sorry, this is our new shop. Paintingbuddha.com is still the same name, just a new shop. The old shop was just horrible. Like every single time I printed an order, I had to actually export everything into an Excel spreadsheet, then import it into a database, then reformat it, then import everything into a Word mass mailing kind of system, then print it all out, then have everything packed, then go to DHL, enter everything manually, then go back to the store and send everyone an email, say, hey, your stuff is out and here's your tracking code. And that almost killed me. Like,
yeah, I used to chat to you at late nights. I would speak to you on Facebook and you'd be like, yeah, I'm just doing all this. I'm like, oh, you don't want to be in that world.
No, and when we did the 420 packages before Stresa, literally like every day till 5, 6 a.m., slept for an hour and a half, got up again, and did the same thing all over. But we got them all out. Actually, Thursday morning, we got them all out. We had this big, giant cart from DHL. It was completely filled, like 2 meters high. And then at noon, we went to Stresa. It was pretty cool.
Which looked like a really good show, so you had a nice chill out.
Yeah, on the new store, it's nice. The order comes in, I open it, it says, create a label. And the label comes out.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
So beautiful.
Sweet simplicity.
Yeah, it's busy. So we have this corporations blog, I think, from yesterday, and here we talk about all of the ongoing corporations that we have, so that we know who we're working with. I think it's also important for transparency, and then of course it links to the Kickstarter and so on.
Yeah.
But what I just wanted to say is that Adeptus Custodes just wrote that he wants to send more money for more basing DVDs. And if you watch our blog tomorrow morning there will be a very interesting blog entry out there. When we started the company on my 32nd birthday, actually, 42, there you go, one of the things I promised was that we will ask the community what we should do, like to make decisions with us, and we're going to take the first baby step tomorrow. Now, this is not nearly the kind of involvement I want and that I foresee for the end, but tomorrow there's going to be the first little baby step, and people can vote on what we do next. And I would just encourage everyone to watch us very closely over the next 2 weeks. There's going to be a lot of new stuff, like things that the world has not seen before. We're not talking about products. We're talking about just doing stuff differently. I'm very excited. So.
Sexy dance, is that one of the voting categories?
Sexy dance was in there. It just narrowly beaten by I don't know what.
Badger parade.
You don't want me to dance sexily. You really don't. So.
That's what you think.
Well, if you do, then you're just stranger than I thought.
I think it's probably fair to say that I'm stranger than you thought.
Yeah, but I'm too, and you don't know. Oh man! So I still have an open bagpipe singing video with Julien Cassis from France.
Okay.
So I don't even remember what the bet was anymore, but I think the terms were met, and it stipulated that he would wear a Scottish kilt, and I would wear a mermaid costume, and we would do a duet together. So there you go.
That sounds like a Disney film waiting to happen.
It's coming soon. Is that part of your world or something from Ariel?
I think I might have to poke my eyes out when that one happens.
You probably won't have to.
Just gonna go leave.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, they'll walk off and go somewhere else.
Yeah. So Mel is one of the 2 early beards on the Painting Buddha stuff. Thanks,
cool.
Mel. Yeah.
Welcome aboard.
Oh, and he puts out a shout out to his better half for okaying the purchase.
Ah, well, that's always good.
Yep. Behind every great painter is a great, what do you call that, sponsor?
Sponsor?
Allower?
I don't know. I think.
No, we're gonna do it like in the first episode of Star Trek Voyager. It's the caretaker.
Okay, yeah, you've lost me there.
No.
So, not got the encyclopedic knowledge of Star Trek required to know these things, I'm afraid. But
I think there were some more questions here.
yeah, if there's any questions, that'd be cool.
Now, Jason Piccini actually wants a real gangster rapper movie.
A real Gangstar video, as in the Gangstar collaboration. I think that's unlikely.
That is unlikely. 250,000?
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen, so that's all right.
if we get to 250,000,
yeah, you're not Mantic, so
we'll
next year.
don't talk to me about Mantic. How dare they?
Yeah, they need the money apparently, so.
Yeah, fair enough. That's we'll let them have some.
Yep. Let's see. There must have been some comments somewhere which I don't see from Ephesian.
Right.
I can't see it. So apparently the answer was that you do get it for free with the massacre that you had mentioned it earlier. And Korak just says, I vote for water. No, I vote for water. This is the Germans. I vote for water.
Okay.
No, he means the basing.
The basing one, yeah.
Korak, you don't know that this is what we're going to be voting on tomorrow.
I might have to go for the flame just because I see it so prominently behind you.
Mm.
They could work your head into the base design.
Yeah, there you go. Go and set my beard on fire or something.
Yeah, totally. Just for reference material.
Yeah, it's going to oh, man. All right, so I think... Is there anything else we need to talk about on this?
Yeah, is there anything non-infamy and non-painting Buddha out there to talk about? I'm seriously out. Oh, there's the awesome new Space Wolf model. Oh, that made me happy.
Look at me. Now look back at your man. Look at me. I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat. It's floating through the sky, pulled by wolves.
What's the... Now, I have to say this. I like the boat. I really do like the boat. I don't know why wolves are pulling it. I don't know why there's some weird-looking guy sitting on top of it, but I really like the boat. I think the boat itself you could probably do something with. But the rest is just scrap.
Maybe they saw what I was doing with my brown note gun and were like, he's out-stupided us. Let's beat him.
Who posted something today about this new dreadnought that had a face like Alf?
Yeah,
I think it was it Bearded Brush? I think it was Bearded Brush.
Could be. Yeah, I did hear about that one too.
Yeah, it was him. Hold on.
It's unfortunate, the poor Space Wolves. You know, they don't really have much in the way of brains. They're just all about feral aggression, and now they're.
So I don't know. Can I? Oh, sorry. I'm misclicking everything.
Yeah, what is that?
See, I play League of Legends, right? And I can't even. This is like, okay, look, watch my mouse. The target is this big, right? And I can't hit that. So this explains why I'm still in bronze.
Oh man.
Let me just. Can I zoom in here? No, this is Facebook.
It's a world. It's a world I cannot be a part of. I'm too slow to play League of Legends or Dota. I'm just not good enough.
Yeah. But I mean, seriously, there's Elf. Definitely Elf.
Also, what's going on with that face? The actual Dreadnought itself. Yeah. What's happening? It's just all wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm too old for this. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I'm probably.
They don't impress me lately, so.
I love the Treeman. They worked.
Mm.
They didn't work until I started painting them, and then they were beautiful. So I like the Space Orcs a lot. I love Space Orcs. Those models are cool. But I'm not a Space Wolf fan anyway.
They're cheesy. You know what? I like that dog face spaceship.
The dog face.
What was it called? Stormtrooper or something?
There's a shoebox one.
Oh, the new one from the
Space Wolf Crumpin kind of. Yeah. The Bumblebee. They should never be able to fly.
Well, I think it could fly. I really like it. I like the general design. It's very, very sci-fi in a way.
It's okay. It's better than a flying boat with a Space Wolf in it.
So, still a good boat.
I love you, GW. Don't set me on fire.
Love you too. Don't send your legal department my way. Actually, we have. I'm still out a comprehensive report on the financials from Games Workshop. Now I have actually got somebody who unfortunately is very, very busy right now because he's a really good business analyst who works
Right.
for a big consultancy company, and he will actually provide me with a real analysis of the numbers. And I'm just going to put my 2 cents on top of that, as always, in a very long wall of text. But I think it's going to be very interesting because.
Do you have any initial thoughts to share on the air?
Sure. Well, first of all, I was very happy that when I calculated the loss in profit, to be I predicted it to be 42%, and I actually said, okay, it's going to be less. It's going to be more than 30% loss.
Yeah.
It's going to be less. Worst case would have been 60% loss. Like they couldn't stop it, and things just went south. And then scientifically, I said, well, let it be 42 because that's a good number. It's kind of in the middle, not quite. And I said it's probably going to close to 30. So I actually added up the numbers. I looked at the loss of profit, and it came up at 42.2% less profit than last year.
Close enough.
That made my day. There was like the first thing in the morning. It's like, hey. But seriously, if you consider the releases they had in this year, in this financial year, especially having the 40K new rule set in there, the 8th edition, and a couple of other kind of, I would call them like money grab schemes, and then still you're down 42% in profits, and it's still 25% in sales because they didn't recover from the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
The half-year numbers were also at 25%. Then I would say that is a very, very bad year. From a financial perspective, because the question is, how are they going to recover it? Like, what do I see that makes them gain sales?
Yeah.
And I really don't see anything right now. Nothing. Like, not even talking about the design of the models, but just the community involvement. They are almost non-existent anymore. People don't share pictures of the latest models anymore unless they're as ridiculous as some guy on a boat.
Yeah, I guess there is that element. I mean, if you look at the painting groups on Facebook and stuff, it's still primarily GW that people are going at, and the same with eBay auctions. I think they're still obviously huge, but I do feel the trend has been that they are slightly losing. They're not losing their dominance because they're still huge, but
oh yeah, and they won for a few years.
Yeah, but I mean, Tom Kirby. What do you make of all that business as well?
Well, I mean, if you know how many shares he has, and if you know that he has a couple of million already in the bank, you wonder why he doesn't just retire.
Yeah.
Because he's 67, 68-ish, something like
yeah,
that. So he's up there. He is stepping down as what was his title now? Temporary, whatever.
Still there though, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he was the CEO, but that's not legal with regards to British law. So he had some interims, whatever title. Now he's stepping down 1st of January next year. He wrote that he will still be a board member if the board will have him. Yeah. He probably can vote himself, and I don't know how that exactly works, and I don't know exactly how many shares he has. But I don't really think that Tom Kirby alone is the problem. And I don't really think that he is a problem as such. I think from the financial perspective, now this year definitely wasn't good, but from a financial perspective, at least for next year, they have a pretty good starting position. Now they wrote, and of course I haven't really seen all the details yet, that they had £4.5 million in extra cost for restructuring and reorganization, which basically means we kicked out a couple of people. so basically they kicked out all of Europe. They kicked out the whole German operation, the whole French operation, the whole Italian operation, the whole Spanish operation, and I'm pretty sure that that didn't stop there. And with all the severance pay that people that have been with the company for 10 plus years will receive, that's probably easily going to add up $4.5 million.
Right. Yeah.
That'll save them $2 million in expenses over the next 2 years. So that means next year alone, there will be $6.5 million in cost lower than they were this year. And even if they lose $6.5 million in sales, which of course, if you do the percentage, doesn't really add up exactly like that. But at least they have a lot of buffer to work on, and I'm pretty sure that their profit and also their stock price, if everything stays the same, as they call it, ceteris paribus, if everything stays the same, it'll go up.
Yeah.
Because of that. Now, I don't really think that's sustainable.
No.
Because you can only cut costs so long, and there's really not much I think they can cut anymore.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it?
And I've never been a friend of being the guy that makes good numbers by cutting costs. I'd rather invest, and we'll talk about this a little more tomorrow. Because hiring somebody right now, like hiring Matt, definitely is a financial risk for me.
Yeah.
So we are not at break even yet. But
no, you pay your guys well.
Yes, I do.
You're a generous man, and if it
was
I'm doing this, I'd ask for a job.
if people have to work with somebody like me, they have to be recompensed quite
royally. Danger money, I suppose. Yeah.
Actually, I should get danger money. They bought you know what? They bought a Nerf gun.
Oh,
like
awesome.
it looked like a bolter, like with a 12 magazine. And they weren't in the door, and things were just whizzing by my head. Hey, I bought a Nerf gun. It's like, what?
That Watson that you've just painted goes flying across the office.
Oh man, these guys are just throwing and shooting stuff at me all the time. So I need the danger money. But no, seriously, I think I don't really see sales growth. I really don't see sales growth. And the next thing and the next step that Games Workshop will start saving money is by closing stores. If worse comes to worse, they will start closing stores. And I think that is going to be a problem for all of us. Yeah. Not in the short run, but in the long run. Because I still believe that the best exposure any young person can have to the hobby is seeing a store somewhere in the city, hopefully in a really good location, not like Games Workshop now in the B and C spots of retailing, in a good location with a very nice display of beautifully painted miniatures and other people playing the game. That's how you get into the hobby. And I really feel that if Games Workshop were to go down, which I don't think they are, that would really be a problem for us in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, it's an odd one. Part of me wonders if that happened to GW, would it mean that your normal widespread brick and mortar kind of stores would be able to actually come back to some extent? Yeah. But where's the crowd going to come in at that entry point? Are there going to be people who used to love GW who go, well, let's try Malifaux, or let's try Infamy, or let's try Arcworld and things like that? You know?
Yeah, I think if Games Workshop were to go down, let's just say they are going down. If they were to go down, I don't think that this kind of mass combat system will be out there anymore.
No.
Because no company in a sane mind will take up the financial risk to have, even with just like a 40K system, let's say, to have 8 or 10 armies out there. That's going to be an investment of 20, 25 million just in tooling. And I don't think that anyone can really handle that.
No. But, I mean, there's been Wizards of the Coast rumors for as long as I can remember and things like that. I can't see that something like that wouldn't happen rather than Games Workshop ceasing to exist. They'd just be consumed by some bigger corporation, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't think that would be the worst thing. I think, again, I'm not too sure about the distribution channels, because if I were Wizard of the Coast, I would definitely buy Games Workshop for the IP.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to make some Hollywood movie and then sell a lot of stuff, just like merchandise. Like Jar Jar Binks didn't sell so well, so let's try it with some other dude from Games Workshop.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you look at what Disney have done. Like they've got Marvel, they've got Star Wars. It's worked out pretty well for them, and the quality of the stuff that's coming out looks to be good. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, is it?
Yeah. But so yeah, I don't know. But I think if they bought them, the one thing that I'm pretty sure would happen is they would close down the stores, because that is not Wizards of the Coast distribution model.
No.
And then the question is, will they engage the community like they do with D&D? They're doing an awesome job. They always have these events that they're running. Will they find a way to engage the community the way that Games Workshop did maybe 10 years ago when the game stays were still game stays?
And grand tournaments and things like that as well.
Yeah. So, not sure, but that's what I would do. I mean, I think really fixing Games Workshop isn't that hard. I don't really think that the prices are the problem. I think they're expensive, but I mean, why are you buying something? It's not because of the price. Why do people buy like a Gucci shoes or I don't know, like a Dolce & Gabbana belt? It's because of the lifestyle they're buying.
Yeah.
And I think a game is nothing different than a lifestyle choice. And if what they offer you has a value, and that's kind of this feeling of community, this feeling of being appreciated, this feeling of people actually making a game that you can enjoy, and not just making armies so that you are making rules so that you have to buy new armies.
Yeah.
So that would be the first step, and the second step would be I would bring back free stuff, the Skulls program. If I was the president of Games Workshop, I would bring the Skulls program back on the first day, just like that.
Yeah.
And
or Games Workshop Kickstarter coming soon, you know.
No. they're just, honestly, they're just too expensive to buy. There's no way to buy them out. I mean, unless you already have like 150, 200 million or something.
I'm working on it. Okay, I've only got my first Kickstarter underway right now.
So the first 0.1 are already almost done.
Oh, maybe I should put in a stretch goal like 1 billion by Games Workshop.
Let's go 1 billion, yeah. So Mel just said he just had a look at this elf, the dreadnought, and he said he thought it couldn't get any worse than the flying bathtub. I like the flying bathtub, but I
can't believe you like the flying bathtub. There's something wrong with you.
I don't even know what it reminds me of. It must have been some sci-fi movies I liked, but I think you could. I would take all the guns away. I would take all of the insignia away. But I think you could really make something nice out of it.
But if you do all that, you're essentially just left with something that you buy.
I could also take a shoebox and attach some things.
Or some packaging, like buy a light bulb in a packet and just use the plastic that it's in.
Buy a light bulb. Okay, what I'm going to buy? I'm going to buy this storm flying shippy thing or light bulb.
I don't know how much that model's costing, but it's going to be like 45 quid or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you really want to pay 45 quid for a...
No, isn't it even more expensive? Isn't it?
I don't know what the cost is.
Is it already out? Do you know? Yeah, it is. No, I've seen it. I think it was 64. Hold on.
Really? Like I can.
Games Workshop.
I mean, it's like a big Space Wolf character on there. So normally that would cost like 20 quid on its own, and then you add in the bathtub, which is obviously a high quality bathtub product, and the wolves, which are quite big wolves.
So okay. Now. Let's have a look at this. I'm sorry, this is in German, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Now, let's have a look at this. So there's 2 of these flying bathtubs. Honestly, I really like them. Now, they are 128 euros. Now, the normal human being would assume, okay, there's 2, so there's probably going to be some savings in there.
No. This is the world of Games Workshop.
The only thing you save is 1 mouse click. So it is exactly 64.
I didn't realise you were talking about this as the flying bathtub. I thought you were talking about the one being pulled by the wolves, you see.
Oh, this one. This could also be... I think they're both qualifying as bathtubs.
Really? No, I think Wolf is much more bathtub.
I mean, if my back room wouldn't look like a overcrowded Games Workshop stocking area already, I think I have probably about as much stock in my back room than a normal Games Workshop store, and I'm not exaggerating. It's 20 years of collecting stuff. Because I paint so much, most of it is still mint. Actually, I just discovered that the first 2 miniatures that I ever bought from Games Workshop, it was a Skaven Lord and what was his name? Like a skeleton mage, whatever. I forgot the name. They're still mint in box. The first 2 models I bought.
I did paint the first model I got. It didn't look very good. That no longer exists in my collection.
So yeah. Do they have this boat up already? No.
No, I think it's just been sneak peeked. It'll go up on Friday, is my guess.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, but that's what I was saying. Like in the old days, so before what was it, February or whatever, people would leak a full White Dwarf a week before it came out, and this was like hot merchandise. People would just, hey, have you seen this? Have you seen this?
Yeah.
And now, honestly, I don't really see much anymore, unless Games Workshop brings out like a ridiculous flying bathtub pulled by wolves, and then people go like, "Wow, look at this!" This is honestly, but if you look, this is social media. This will influence opinions, right? That is what is really like. I had this one post up: Disney buys Games Workshop, the kind of, and then you've been trolled kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was shared like 200 times within like 2 hours. It's like if I posted, oh, we have a new DVD at Master Minis and it has 200 shares in 2 hours, I'm gonna be very happy man.
Yeah,
But that's not gonna happen anytime soon.
I think when my campaign total hit 69,069 and I took a print screen and put it up, that was like my most shared picture of more likes in an hour than anything else has got. A lot of puerile people around, me included. So it works
but that's the way the internet works. That's cool. So let's see. Luke Wilson says that it's Fenry's own Santa Claus.
Oh, Luke.
Yeah, that's actually a very good name.
Yeah. It's a Christmas special.
You know what? The first thing I heard from like everybody is like, oh, I'm gonna model him a Santa Claus costume. That's the first thing I heard from everyone. It's like,
yeah, but who's gonna pay?
And
I
could see it. That? Yeah, that's the point. I mean, yeah, no, it's expensive, but the idea is good. See, if someone like Wizard of the Coast buys Games Workshop, maybe they would put the competitive angle to the game. Yes. That they have with the Magic the Gathering brand, with professional gamers and broadcasting live games, and the like. Not sure if it's something I would watch, but interesting indeed. I completely agree. That's from Toe Jail. I decided to call him Toe Jail.
Toe Jail. Okay.
It's probably Tochale, but not sure.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what they're doing with things like, well, they just had the International for Dota as well, didn't they? And huge prize pool and things like that. If you can inject interest in any way to an event like that, and it's still geeky, which is awesome, but it's a different level of geeky. You know, once there's a huge prize pool or that coverage, it makes it something else. And
just look at the money that's behind that. And just was it yesterday or the day before yesterday when Geeks and Sundry was bought by Legacy? So basically, Geeks and Sundry from Felicia Day, also a lot of people that are on the show.
I saw that.
Sean Plott, Day 9, StarCraft commentator, and now also Hearthstone and Magic player. Then we have Will Wheaton, obviously, with his tabletop show, and a couple of other guys. I'm not sure how Beast of War is included in this whole thing because they also have this Geek and Sundry advertisement going on. I don't think they're part of that circle. But they've been bought out by Legacy. They have 1.4 million subscribers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Felicia Day got more than 1.4 million for the whole channel, for the rights. And this kind of show will now go mainstream TV. Now, not sure if that's going to lose or win or anything, but what I'm saying is that if you watch people play Magic the Gathering on YouTube, and the video gets 1.5 million views, and then this should ring a bell. Games Workshop, if your frickin' videos and announcements of the next cool Space Marine, and you have a text, and then you have a badly painted scene where the camera goes through, and then you have another text and it goes out, and you only have 6,000 views, that should tell you something. Like,
it's not difficult to make a cool trailer. There's tons of After Effects packages out there that you can use to help you, as I discovered.
But you know what? They cost $7, and they wouldn't want to spend this kind of money.
Yeah, that's true. It's a lot of investment. It's a lot of investment.
I just want to be Games Workshop president for a day, man. And everything I decide is not going to be changed like forever. That's the only rule.
I want to be Games Workshop president for an hour, and my first directive would be set fire to everything.
No. You would do it for an hour and then just go for lunch.
Yeah, probably. No,
I'd go out for lunch.
The canteen was a bit hit and miss when I worked there, to tell you the truth. Some days it was good, but occasionally it would be horrific.
I was there in the canteen. What time I was in canteen? It must have been 2006-ish or so. It was open. Was it right behind the Buckman's Bar?
Yeah, Bugman's, and then you go through the stairway, and then the canteen.
Basically, it was just open. There wasn't even anything going on there.
Right.
And that was actually when it piqued my interest in the stock announcement and stuff, because they had this bulletin board, and on the bulletin board they talked about, okay, now we've cut so much cost. Basically, we fired a lot of your colleagues, but we're doing great and blah blah blah, and kind of you know how those motivational bulletin board messages work. And you're getting really excited to see this.
Things are stabilizing, and you're going to be okay, guys.
Yeah, you're going to be okay.
That would have been just after I left GW, actually, because I left, and then they just culled like a third of the people who worked there about a month after I left or something.
Yeah.
So I got out at just the right time. I was quite lucky.
Yeah. So again, I mean, I love most of the Games Workshop guys. I think everything higher than, I don't know who's below Elemerit, but everything higher than that level.
Alan Merritt's the line by
Honestly,
which.
for me, I've met him a couple of times. I can honestly say I don't like him. Um, I think if his name is, I mean, there's so many good people that have left now. You get the Perry brothers. You had, what was his name last week?
Oh, Brian Anderson.
Brian Anderson, yeah, the Games Workshop, Games Day, or event manager.
Yeah, I
for
think
the
he
last.
started out doing tournaments before that, didn't he? He used to do all the grand tournament stuff.
Yeah.
when I was there.
So he's been let go, and not sure if I'm happy or not about it because I mean, obviously over the last couple of years, Games Days went down the hill.
Yeah.
Down the drain, but I'm pretty sure that not everything is his decision on that. I mean,
No, you have to
some
wonder
of
how
his-
much he was towing the party line with those things. So.
So, but the day I see Alan Merritt's name on the list of people who are no longer with Games Workshop, which probably is not going to happen. Sorry, Alan, if you watch this, which you probably won't. But that day for me is going to be a day of hope, and I will light a candle publicly on YouTube. I promise you that. That is my secret stretch goal.
I genuinely don't know how much influence he has overall on things that happen there. Like, I really don't.
I've heard some stories from the people that work in the design department and how the decision making goes there, and I think he's got too much.
I suspect that might be the case.
And I think honestly, I don't like him on a personal level. It's like if I meet people, I know within 10 seconds whether I really like this person or not, or whether I have to dig deeper. And this was one guy that I met like on 3 or 4 occasions, and I didn't like him like a second.
Right.
It's like really like. It's just, for me, he's an unlikable guy.
Okay.
I don't know why that is, but...
I'm far too professional to say anything about him in terms of his character or anything, obviously.
Sure.
But having seen him handle miniatures at Golden Demon, if you've seen him do that, the respect that he treated the entries with, if that's in any way a reflection of his character, then, you know.
Then he's got a lot of stuff to pick up on.
Yeah. I mean,
no, but again, I want to get personal, but I think it's this kind of cult almost in a company where people can't really say anything anymore, because if you say the wrong thing, you're gone. If you have an opinion, you're gone. It just doesn't work. It's not good.
I have no idea about if that's something what level that's prevalent at these days. I mean, there's always been an old boys club of the sort of the higher ups, and once you get your way into that, you're probably set. You know,
Sure.
that's something that was always talked about when I was there and things. I think it's always been a factor, but that doesn't mean there are bad. Some of the people in the old boys club are bad people. Like, there are some cool people in there as well. It's just.
I think there's this saying that, and it's kind of a stupid saying, but it says like everybody raises to his own level of incompetence. And this I know this sounds very, very harsh, because really I don't know the man. I have to say that. So it's just my external kind of observation, really. But for example, the way they handle the whole IP, to me, makes no sense. This to me is like somebody who read the book Intellectual Property for Dummies, and follows sorry, you're drinking. And follows like every single step, like every single page on the book. This is not how you protect your IP. This is how you piss off people, but this is not how you protect your IP. It's just not.
Well,
and when I talk about GW, we're not talking about the letter W, we're talking about GUU. So if you have like if any similarities are completely coincidental and not intended by the makers of
yeah. And I'm not talking about anything. I think I'm actually asleep right now, and this is all a dream.
Shazam!
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 The party in your pants enhances my mood.
Gosh. So people out there, this is kind of what James and I have been doing over the last couple of months, really.
This is going to be a bad Beeble Babble, because I'm at the end. I'm very tired, and we've gone to a bad place now.
We've gotten our 13th show. This is where everything falls down. So.
Oh man, I realised like I put an update out recently, and I put like the end of all things as a description of Sunday, and it was like in my head. You know, I don't know if you watched the bonus features for Return of the King, but when they're talking about how everything at Return of the King was such a crunch at the end, and it was just like one of the chapters is called The End of All Things, and they have this really dramatic music, the Howard Shore score, and they're just showing like Weta Digital getting swamped with more effects shots and Peter Jackson trying to quickly edit. And I honestly feel like, oh, I know what was going on for him now. I'm just like, and it's not going away.
Well, I mean, I wrote on, what was it, on Friday, I believe, Painting Buddha is dead, and we had this Ghostbuster logo. And because Painting Buddha is dead, because the paintingbuddha.com, the shop site is dead, the blog is dead, and we've just replaced it with something better. Now, obviously, we kind of forgot to mention that part in the beginning.
That's good. You're a cheeky tease.
You know what? I got a lot of really concerned comments, and it's kind of like the.
And only half of them were from your mum.
Yes, my mom was the first. It's kind of like, what's happening? My mom is it's so amazing. It's like she's the first to read my blog post.
Yeah, my mum and dad are the same.
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know if I understood this correctly because it was in English, but Painting Buddha's dead. Okay, let's look at some of the comments we have.
Yeah, they're probably telling us to shut up.
Okay, so Mel clarified this. The flying bathtub for him is the chariot pulled by the wolves.
Yeah, I would say that's the bathtub.
And the other one is the flying shoebox, or the flying wolf head. Oh, here, Jaboom says he wants James Workshop.
Oh, yeah, I mentioned that in an update, and ever since it's stuck. There's been Jim for me as well.
James Workshop.
I mean, Jaboom, I think, he was okay. I think he's one of the Infamy insiders, Jaboom.
See, he's
a crazy guy.
I have 400 pages of ideas for stuff. Some of them are like totally ridiculous, and I would never do them. I just wrote them down anyways. Some of them are really awesome, and we are going to do them at some point or the other. But one of the stupid ideas, which I think would kind of work, but would still be stupid, is a bits trading site and a bits selling site called Wayne's Gherkin Shop.
James Workshop was genuinely a consideration for Infamy's actual name. I did consider it, and I was like, they're gonna destroy me.
They would.
There's no way I'm gonna get away with that.
I wouldn't get away with Wayne's Gherkin Shop. You would not get away with James Workshop.
James Gherkin Shop.
James Gherkin Shop might work. There you go. But Adeptus Custodes says that he likes Jimfamy much better.
Yeah, Jim for me. That's the other one. So I think I can get away with Jim for me. That might have to stick. That could be my rapping name.
Jason just says, so what's GW? Brand new awesome company? No. No.
It stands for Gardener's Workshop.
Gardener's Workshop. There you go.
Actually, Gardener's World is a television show over here. So
I thought it was George Washington.
It stands for that too, I believe.
There you go. No, but it's kind of like this love-hate relationship, people. So don't. It's probably everything that at least that I say is more born out of frustration because I still care, and I think that's also something important to say. I really care about Games Workshop and what they're doing, and what they're doing for the community, and it really, I wouldn't say breaks my heart, but it really frustrates me to see what they're doing right now, and I hope there was going to be better times again.
It's always difficult when a company is making decisions that maybe you disagree with, and you actually see it impacting on people losing jobs and things as well. You know, it's easy to diss a space wolf in a bathtub, but you have to remember that like these decisions can, like too many of them being bad, can actually lead to a lot of good people losing jobs. So there's a serious aspect. Yeah.
That is the first thought I had when I read the chairman's preamble on the financial report.
Yeah.
Well, there was two thoughts. First of all, I thought whoever wrote this was drunk. We are talking now, and seriously, we're talking about a report that you put out to shareholders. So this is like business stuff. This is like I wear my suit when I write this kind of stuff, right? Now, if you read the preamble carefully, it is. I mean, he has this kind of, I don't know, down to earth kind of talk when he talks. Like he has some really kind of funny quotes over the years already. But when he starts to preamble rhymes with ramble kind of thing, I was like, is he really taking this seriously? He writes, the Games Workshop had a good year. That wasn't the Financial Times, it was some other financial magazine, wrote, the only way you can call this a good year is if you completely ignore the numbers.
Yeah.
Ignore the newspaper, right?
Yeah.
So, and I agree with that. But my first thought was, we had a really good year. What about the 50 or 100 or 150 people that he fired?
Yeah,
it's like,
totally.
what about their year? It's like, what the?
It's
It's what
difficult.
I'm
Like,
talking about. Sorry,
he's obviously trying to put a strong front up, but does it become a point where humility and a little bit of apologising maybe is called for when you've got things like that going on? I genuinely don't know. I don't know big business enough.
Well, the thing is, he did that in the past. Like in 2000 and I think it was the 2005 report. I can't recall correctly. It doesn't matter. But he said something. We failed. The management failed. We made the wrong decisions.
That was Lord of the Rings, wasn't it? That was when they forgot that there wasn't a fourth Lord of the Rings film coming out.
And that was before what's his name? Mark
Jacobs.
Mark Wells.
No, it was Mark. Who's Mark Jacobs?
Was it Mark Wells? Whatever.
Yeah, Mark Wells. Who the hell is Mark Jacobs?
The CEO for 5 years. That's before he came in. And I really respected what he wrote in this report because it was true. I mean, they made mistakes. Simple.
Yeah.
Now it took them way too long to fix those mistakes. That's one thing. They still were successful after that. The 5 years between 2008 and 2012, I would say.
Yeah.
But so I mean, there is some humility there. But this year, it's like it was his last Shaman's preamble. So maybe he had to write it.
Yeah, maybe he just wanted to
nice
throw out that.
Of champagne or
he was off his face on booze while he wrote it.
Honestly, I don't think how you can write this in a non-intoxicated mind. Have you read it?
To be honest, I've not, because I don't have the time right now to read anything other than my own inane updates that I'm putting on the Kickstarter. But I'd scanned it, and in scanning it, there were some choice things that popped out, and it was just like, oh yeah, that's him, isn't it? So, I mean, I've been at presentations that he's done, talks and things, and he does have that personality. It's not like he's completely lying through his teeth when he writes like that, but yeah, he is that kind of person. But at the same time, maybe you need to not be at a certain time.
Yeah, I think so. And I think as far as his demeanor as a CEO or president, whatever his title is concerned, that's actually fine. A lot of people like him for that because. Well, he says success is sales minus cost. That's how. Then we count the money, kind of.
Yeah.
And really, I kind of have a similar business approach because really that's what business is all about. You don't need to study a lot, and you don't need to go to 25 marketing courses to understand that. At the end of the day, you have to make more than you sell.
Yeah.
At least in theory, I'm still struggling with that right now. But that I kind of like this approach. But as far as the direction of internet is concerned, they have not understood the internet in the early 2000s, and that almost killed them with the Lord of the Rings. A lot of that was internet-based problems, especially the emergence of dealers selling stuff for 50% of margin.
Yeah.
I bought my stuff in UK cheaper than German stores could buy from Games Workshop.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. And obviously that killed a lot of stores. And that killed the bottom line for Games Workshop because they have to sell the stuff for 50% margin. So their bottom line wasn't doing so hot either. So that was the first time they kind of completely misunderstood the power of the internet. And now they're just completely ignoring it. And then the web store, £4 million. Are you kidding me?
The web store cost $4 million.
£4 million. It's like a WordPress store. What WordPress store? I
like the web store.
Well, yeah, but also looks better.
It
cost me $79 a month.
This is what I was going to say.
And I'm going to upgrade to $179 very soon.
I'd hope that the web store that they've got, this was like full infrastructure and going through the whole manufacturing process through to the factories. You'd hope all that was included. $4 million's a lot of money for a web store.
Well, yeah, I looked at the number. First of all, the first thought I had is like they're just trying to explain some really bad costs. Something really something stupid. Oh, we did this new store, it's got to be it. No, the second thought I had was, well, they probably have done the whole logistics part of it.
Yeah.
Which, if that is the case, definitely $4 million is a feasible number. I mean, we've done IP projects for the longest time, and my phone is ringing, which it shouldn't.
Yeah. Who is it? Get them on.
That's actually my IT department. We've been updating our file server today, adding 6 terabytes of space because 12 weren't enough. They're already full.
Awesome. Get them on the phone. Get them on the Beeble Babble. We can have a chat with them. We can interview them.
Yeah, he's a very good friend of mine. So I help him dig out his garden on his new house and the little pond that they have, and lay pipes in like what's that, 1.50 meter deep and 10 meter wide.
The plastering system in full effect.
And he helps me with the other sweat generating stuff like installing hard drives and.
Cool.
No, he's doing the whole maintenance here for our server and the domain and so on.
Right.
Which I could do, but it just takes me too much time.
Yeah, it's the same with me. Like, I'm trying to outsource anything that isn't tied to making toy soldiers at the moment. You know.
Yeah. So, but no, I think if that is all included in the Games Workshop development, 4 million is okay.
Yeah.
Now we will never know if it's included or not, but
let's keep fingers crossed.
Yeah, who cares? So if you give me 4 million pounds, I'm just gonna make a web store that's gonna rule the whole world. All things like just press a button, it's done.
It becomes self-aware as soon as it's launched.
Yeah, that is the Skynet. That's the project name that I would have in mind for it.
Skynet's good.
Yeah. All right, man. So it's well, now we are already at 2 hours after the kind of butchered start of our 13th edition of the show.
Good. We'll keep it on the 2 hour point like we did the last few then.
Yeah.
I'd like to apologise to everyone viewing, if they still are, for my completely exhausted self talking a lot of nonsense, but what are you
all right. Same as on the other shows.
Yeah.
No. No, it's as always, it's a pleasure talking to you. And
you too.
I mean, again, there have been a lot of really exciting updates on your Kickstarter, and look at that. Let's just go over. If I find my button.
Hey,
yay, one more. Let's browse
cool.
on. See what is it.
See if those.
Could it be? No.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we put the word out on those, might be a bit of a push if you stick some out on Facebook, I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that these will be gone very quickly, even from our followers, because a lot of people really would like to see how to paint certain aspects better. And the nice thing about these four, the Nikola Tesla, Joe March, Dr. Watson, and the Defense Bot, is that we will focus on a certain area. So obviously we're not going to show the whole miniature, but just to see how to paint true metal. And again, the video will be out for free for everyone, courtesy of Infamy Miniatures, who's running an awesome Kickstarter right now.
And painting Buddha, don't forget yourself. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're just filming it and editing and everything. We're just putting it up. No, but it's really courtesy of you, and I think these videos are really nice. It's great for people to just see how to do a certain aspect. And for the MK1 Defense Bot, we're not 100% sure what the focus should be yet. So if any of you have an idea, that would be nice.
Yeah, I think you kind of volunteered maybe some non-metallic metal as a possibility, didn't you? But you hadn't actually talked to Ben when you mentioned that. So
non-metallic metal is nice, but I actually thought about more like a Necron kind of brownish ceramic worn leather. That could be very interesting with a lot of turquoise kind of. But again, if I pitch those ideas to my guys, they're gonna take that and do whatever they want. So that's how it works. Yeah. I'm just working here.
Yeah, I mean, Joe's good because she brings in a more kind of militaristic uniform sort of look that will translate very well to lots of other models as well.
Adeptus Custodes, I'm just smiling at the comments. Adeptus Custodes just wrote that Tom Kirby wrote it while being high on Buckman's Triple X.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah. I don't know how tall he is, but you can kind of imagine him sitting on like 3 barrels and holding a stool or something like that.
He's not quite dwarf size, but he's not the tallest of men.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never met him, which is he probably would kill me on sight or have his minions do it or something.
Yeah, he'd unleash the wolves.
yeah, I can
he'd pull along in his bathtub.
When I die, the last thing I'm gonna see is Tom Kirby on a bathtub, pulled by wolves, yelling at me and chopping my head off with his axe.
Throwing giant shoe boxes with wings on at him.
That's probably in the top 10 most likely ways I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah, along with the whale and the petunias.
So, there you go. Okay, where's my mouse? 3 screens are too many. I'm also exhausted. All right, so yeah, a little delayed. Was still a fun show, as always. Enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you for having me on.
And from my side, only the best of luck for the last 4 days.
Thank you. Yeah.
We'll support you to the end. We'll do as much as we can to get everyone involved in this.
That'd be great.
No,
and if there's any viewers still sitting on the fence, you know, there's the Kickstarter and there's that eBay charity auction thing as well. Which if you've got the money, take a look because it's pretty incredible.
That is pretty incredible. Alternatively, you could buy my whole store empty, and then I could afford the ticket. That would be awesome.
You go. There you go. That works. Yeah.
Either way will work. You got 2 options. See, I don't really care about money, but sometimes not having enough to do something like this is not so nice.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Well, I could do it, but we need 2 more monitors. We need 4 more hard drives, and that's probably about the same price. So.
Yes. Yeah.
And I do have enough miniatures. Let somebody else have the fun. All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you very much. Thanks everyone out there also for the many comments on YouTube. Appreciate it. And we will be back, or I will be back actually next week, probably on Tuesday, but not on a Beeble Babble. I will be a guest on FYD TV, our friends from Spain, and we will be talking about season 1.2 and 1.3, which they are currently reviewing.
Cool.
So that's awesome. Again, stay tuned to our blog, Schlog. It's now the Schlog, the mixture between shop and blog, Schlog. Those are the only kind of decisions I'm allowed to make, like names for stuff. So I cherish those moments.
Let's make a name that makes everyone who says it sound like Sean Connery.
Oh, he's got Schlog.
It sounds a little bit rude, actually.
Yeah, I know, but that's all right. So but watch it. There's going to be over the next, say, month and a half, we will try to do things that haven't been tried before. We're not talking about DVDs or anything, just trying to do something different. And I don't know if it works. I think it's crazy enough that it might work. If not, we tried, so we'll see. All right.
All right, everyone. Night-night.
All right. I'm going to be signing off now. Take care.